with something tender, something wrapped in love, breath, and the power of choosing someone. A poem to remind us of connection, the kind that keeps growing. When I look at you, I know that I love you as much. No, I love you more than any man has loved a woman. It's the most amazing thing to be in love, to be loved. And the love I want to give to you will be the perfect love until the world stops. Love will never drop. This feeling will never stop growing. For peaceful are the nights I sleep knowing I belong to you and I love you. That's love. That's vulnerability. That's presence. And that's what today is all about. Finding that quiet, finding that rhythm, creating something real. We're about to go deep. You know what it is. Let's get into episode 033. Creation begins inside. Finding balance and flow. Hey y'all, welcome back. You're tuned in to Why Make Music, where creation is conversation, and the beat behind the heartbeat never misses a step. This is episode 033, and today we travel inward, deeper than usual, deeper than ever before, because this episode, this moment, is about the power of the unseen. Not the claps and streams and applause, but the silence, the reflection, the place we rarely share but always feel. We're not just talking about creativity, we're talking about the source, the fountain, the origin point of every act of making. And that source, it lives in the quiet. It breathes inside the stillness. It shows itself only when we become willing to sit down and listen.
Every artist you admire, everyone whose work moves you, they've had to meet themselves. They've had to sit in the uncomfortable chair of stillness and say, this is me. And that doesn't always come easy. Sometimes it's learned. Sometimes it's stumbled upon. Sometimes it only arrives after everything else has left. But here's the key. To create truth, you must first be truthful with yourself, with your energy, with your pain, your joy, your contradictions. That's where the real sound starts. Not from plugins, not from presets, but from presence.
It's not about being flawless. It's not about being fearless. It's about being aware. Aware of what's shifting inside you. Aware of what's whispering just below the surface. Aware enough to stop copying and start creating. The beat doesn't live in the laptop. It lives in you. And the only way to hear it is to get still enough to feel it.
When I begin a track, I don't just dive into drums and synths. I scan, I check my system, not my CPU, but my soul. I sit, I breathe, I listen. Where's the tightness? Where's the flow? What's my body trying to say before I even touch the keys? It's like water. Creation is like water. It can nourish, it can cleanse, it can move mountains with time, but it can also flood. It can destroy. It can drown you if you don't know how to swim within yourself. So I center, I honor that space, I don't rush it. Because once you're in the right current, the current of yourself, you're not just making music, you're translating spirit.
Let's pause right here and breathe together. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, pause, be still. Take a deep breath in and slowly, fully let it out. Feel your chest, feel your spine. Feel gravity gently remind you, you are here. Bring your awareness to the top of your head. Imagine a soft light moving slowly downward. Your forehead, your temples, your cheeks, your jaw. Let it all soften. Drop into your neck, your shoulders. Feel the weight leave your body. Feel the release. Breathe into your chest. Notice how it expands without effort. Let that be enough. Down through your arms, to your hands and fingers. Let them unclench. Let them rest. Now your belly, your hips, your thighs and knees, all the way down to your feet. You are still. You are present. You are not broken. You are becoming. Take one more breath and return.
This is the real work. This is what people don't see. Before the session, before the beat drop, before the mic check, there is stillness. There is preparation. There is surrender. Because when you're making music from that place, you're not just building a track, you're building a truth. And the people, they can feel it. They don't even know why they're rewinding that part, why that one line hit so hard, why that one chord made their eyes well up. It's because they're hearing you, not the performance, the presence.
That one song that saved you, that one artist who felt like a lifeline, that's not luck, that's alignment. That's someone who knew how to sit with themselves long enough to make something real. So whether you make pop, or punk, or symphonies in your sleep, find your center, honor your silence, because that silence will teach you what the world can't.
And when you're in that space, when the creative wave hits, you're not thinking about what's hot. You're not chasing radio. You're not pleasing algorithms. You're transmitting. You're remembering. You're pouring out what only you can pour. And like water, that music will reach who it's meant to reach. It might fill a cup. It might flood a room. It might save someone's life. But it all begins when you return to the source.
So before you pick up the pen, before you turn on the mic, before you step into the booth, take a moment, return, breathe, because meditation, that's not just a wellness practice. It's a creative tool. It clears your channel. It wipes the noise. It makes room for the real.
It makes room for you. It allows you to give love, to receive love, to show kindness, to be a mirror of peace in a chaotic world. And I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to help people feel, to heal, to know they're not alone. That's what I care about. For as long as I can remember, no matter how grounded in reality I had to be, a creative is all I ever wanted to be. I've had jobs, real ones. I've been the leader. I've been the assistant. I've worn the tie and I've clocked in late. I've been on the floor and in the front office. But in all of those roles, I was always thinking, analyzing, tweaking, asking, how can this be better, smoother, more meaningful? See, I'm not here trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to outstream the latest trend. All I'm saying is I believe my work, my music, my art will mean something to someone. Even if that someone is my future bloodline, my kids, my grandkids, who will one day pull up an old podcast or track and say, that was my dad, that was my grandfather. And in that moment, they'll know I was here, I felt things, and I made something out of it. I'm not perfect, not by a long shot. But I'm a thinker, a curator of chaos, a documentarian of dreams. If I could micromanage every thought into form, I would, because I care about what's in here and in here. This isn't for fame, it's for wellness, it's for clarity, it's for me. When people ask me, what do you have going on? I say, I've got ThinkTimm stuff to do. And that means something. It means I've got mental deadlines, spiritual checkpoints, creative urges that need to be answered, and I will continue to answer them with sound, with visuals, with stories, with truth. Here's one for you, a story from this very week. Driving my kids to school, my little humans growing into big people, we hit a crowded intersection. Multiple lights, bumper to bumper. And right in the middle of it all, 3 deer standing still, looking confused, not paralyzed, not scared, just unsure. The light turned green and the cars paused. I tapped my horn gently. Eventually they moved. The deer stepped off to the side. No one got hurt, no harm done. But just up the block, another intersection. 2 religious folks standing on the corner, holding their literature. Not moving, just being. Here's my question to you. Human being to human being. Statistically speaking, what's more disruptive? The 3 deer or the 2 folks with religious pamphlets? You get it? You get it. If you don't, that's okay too. All I'm saying is, I see the world in layers, and I don't mind sharing my lens, because every now and then, when you stop and look around, you'll notice the story was happening the whole time. You just had to listen.
That's what we care about. This ain't just a podcast. It's a sanctuary. It's a sonic home. It's a space for the soul. And every one of you listening right now, you're a part of it.
So, follow the movement. Instagram, at ThinkTimm, at DJ Warm Cookies, at Why Make Music. Blue Sky, thinktimm.b, kai.social. Stream the music on all platforms: Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud. Get the merch. tpublic.com/thinktimm and thinktimm.threadless.com. And if this episode helped you, share it. Tag someone. Tell somebody you love them. Or better yet, show them.
Because what we give is what we become, and what we create is who we are. Stay kind, stay grounded, stay flowing, ThinkTimm, and always keep making music. That's what we're doing here. We're making space for the stories that never got to breathe. If you're hearing this, thank you. Thank you for making space for this work. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of the Why Make Music community. Follow the whole orbit. Instagram, at ThinkTimm, at DJ Warm Cookies, at Why Make Music, Bluesky, thinktimm.bsky.social. Streaming, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud. Just search ThinkTimm. Website, www.thinktimm.com. Merch, tpublic.com/thinktimm, plus thinktimm.threadless.com. If this resonated, tag someone, lift someone, love someone, because what we give is what we become. Stay kind, stay flowing, and as always,
keep making music. Peace and be wild. ThinkTimm, if nothing else. Wait. Before we go, listen, real talk. I'm not saying you have to be spiritual to make music. I'm not saying you have to sit cross-legged in lotus position to write a verse or lay a beat. But what I am saying and what I'm trying to illuminate is that creating as an adult is a rare and radical act. Think about that. We come out the womb creative, drawing, dreaming, dancing, imagining. But once life hits, jobs, bills, responsibilities, we often abandon that freedom in exchange for structure. We stop coloring outside the lines. We stop writing just to feel something. We stop singing unless someone gives us a reason to. And there's no shame in it. I lived that life. I've punched in, clocked out, carried the weight of someone else's business while ignoring my own inner work. But the moment I said, "Let me make again," the moment I gave myself permission to think freely, something shifted. Now look, just because I like creating music doesn't mean I should work in a record store. Just because I like paint doesn't mean I should work at Home Depot in aisle 6 with the color swatches. There's this false logic in our society that says if you love something, monetize it. But what if you love something simply because it makes you feel alive? Maybe I don't want to sell it. Maybe I want to honor it. Finding peace with yourself is the most personal compromise you'll ever make. You have to choose the version of yourself that won't betray your joy. Call it meditation, call it prayer, call it doing you. It doesn't matter what you name it as long as it brings you back to you. I'm not here to preach, but I am here to say, get to know yourself. Because if you don't, you risk becoming a stranger to your own joy. And nobody, I mean nobody, likes a miserable human. So believe in what's coming. Talk about the future like it's already in progress. Speak it into the air like it's listening. Because it is. I know this podcast may feel like it's had 20 endings, but this message, this truth, keeps pulling at me. Motivate yourself. Observe people. Watch how many walk around drained, dull, disconnected. The change you need, it starts inside. I'm not asking you to quit your job or drop everything. I'm not asking you to reinvent your life overnight. All I'm saying is, if you feel this, then you already know. And for me, this podcast, this isn't therapy. It's transformation. I listen back like an audience member. And sometimes I catch myself saying, damn, ThinkTimm just dropped a jewel. I'm not talking to one person. I'm not even talking to a particular crowd. I'm talking to whoever's listening. Because I'm an everyday person, I just happen to have a little more time on my hands. And I've chosen to use that time to make something. And I'm not asking for applause. I'm asking for awareness. Give me 100 episodes. Give me 1,000 songs. I got them in me. And if that's what it takes for the world to notice, so be it. Because I believe something good is coming. because I believe I'm walking toward it, because I believe that even this very moment matters. Now let me leave you with one more thing. Driving my kids to school the other day, busy intersection, stacked lanes, green lights waiting. 3 deer appear, not panicking, just standing, watching, unsure. The cars pause, I honk once, nobody moves. The deer don't move either. Eventually the traffic trickles forward. No harm, everyone's safe. Then at the next light, 2 folks standing calmly on the corner, holding brochures, no motion, just presence. So let me ask you something. Which was more disruptive? The 3 deer? Or the 2 of colonized folks? It's a little cynical, it's a little abstract, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's all good. Just remember, every day is full of stories. You just have to be willing to notice.